Hi, football lovers all around the world. Hi to all Gunners, Arsenal fans around the world. Um, as you know, it's not been a very good start to the weekend. Of course, this recording started right after the 1-1 draw with Brighton, and it was a disappointing draw. It was a disappointing performance by Arsenal. You know, for me, the disappointment started when I saw the team sheet, the lineup for the game, and that was just too much tinkering from the manager. Not starting Odegaard, not starting Martinelli, playing Thomas Partey at right back again, when we had Louis Kelly, you know, and playing Jorginho in the middle of the park, and clearly we saw that he was very much deficient. I saw Jorginho lost the ball in that first half at least 5, 6 times. He was so bad. He was bullied off the park. He was, I think right now we have to reassess the situation of Jorginho. In a game like this, an away game, you don't play your best creator. You don't play your best, your 10, your arguably your best player. It's not like he wasn't fit. That was I think this draw was down to Mikel Arteta. The decision he made in starting in the starting lineup was horrendous, to say the least. It was horrendous. Yes, we scored first. We scored first through the brilliance of Ethan Waneri, and from there I thought the nerves will kind of calm down, and we could control the game better. You know, in fairness, in the first half we did control the game better, but we didn't create anything. For people that say, "Oh, Kai Havertz is shit. Kai Havertz is not a good player. Kai Havertz," we clearly missed him today. We missed his physicality today. The boys played like they didn't even train. They played like they didn't even train. The best player on the pitch to me today, apart from Ethan Waneri that didn't play the 90 minutes, the best player to me was Declan Rice. And maybe you can argue Thomas Partey because he walked his socks off. You know, Ethan Waneri scored in the 16th minute. It was a well-taken goal, even though their goalkeeper should have done better. But it was a good goal nonetheless. From then on, the only chance we created in that first half was a set piece that Declan Rice played. Instead of looping the ball, he played a grounder, which Mikel Merino scoffed. This were the kind of chances. This would have just been, a smash and grab kind of away performance. You play it, you take your chances, then manage the game from there. We saw earlier that in the Chelsea game that in the Premier League now a 1-0 lead is almost like a draw still. You need that security goal. You need to put that second goal. The second goal not only deflates the opponent, but it makes you control the game better. How Mikel Arteta, how Mikel Arteta thought that lineup was going to be enough to brush aside his Brighton side is really beyond me. We were even lucky that Welbeck didn't start today. It would have been his physical. He would have matched our two centre backs. Yes, we considered through a penalty. It was a very, very silly penalty, you know. I haven't seen that kind of penalty in a very long time, if ever. You know, Yao Pedro got the ball. There was kind of a scuffle in the box, and the ball went up, and he headed it first. And Saliba was late in heading the ball. Now, before the ball even got before the ball got to the box, Saliba had the chance to clear that ball. I don't know what he was doing. I really don't know what he was doing. You know, it was the draw was a very costly result for us. The draw has now defined our season. We know we are no longer in the title race. Even though no matter what happens, we're going to be second. But we know that Liverpool, whom are going to play Manchester United tomorrow, we know they are not going to take that game lightly, and we know they are going to win that game. There is no way Liverpool drops points. Liverpool are by far the best team this season. You know, right now, Arsenal, what we can do is focus on the cup games. Focus on the cup games because the Premiership is won and dusted. I don't see anybody catching up to Liverpool. If anything, Liverpool is going to even extend the lead because of the way they play, the high press, the energy. Mohamed Salah, he has been in an imperious form this season. I don't see how anybody comes close to them at this point. Right now, it's 5 points on the table. But we know when the win is going to be 8 points with one game fewer. And that game, the outstanding game, is with Everton. And we know they're going to blow Everton apart. Because right now, Everton is not in a very good vein of form. They have been bad. They lost today again to Bournemouth. You know, I don't see how this Liverpool team. People have been saying, oh, every team goes through a slump. Every team goes through, a patchy period. The only patchy period I feel they're going to have is the one they had when they played Nottingham Forest. They lost 1-0 in that game. That was an unprecedented result. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw it coming. And, yeah. And this brings me to the topic for today. How strong is the EPL? It's definitely very strong because there's no single easy game. Every game in the EPL is a struggle. Every game in the EPL is hard. Maybe bar a team like Southampton, but every other team from the 19th position to the first, every other team is hard to beat. Every other team is hard to beat. This EPL season, this 2024-2025 season, Though Liverpool are running away with the title, it has shown how the lesser teams have gained on the bigger teams. Apart from Liverpool, apart from Liverpool, every other team, every game now in the EPL, it's very hard to predict. This was a Brighton side over the past 2, 3 seasons. We go there 3-0, 3-1, 4-2, you know. Talking about results in the past, you know. But right now, the Brighton performance in the second half. I watched when they equalized that game. I felt it would be hard for them to score in open play. But what I didn't want was, I pray these guys maintain their composure at the back in the defense. They shouldn't give any silly penalty. And just when I was thinking about it, we gave a very silly penalty. You can argue that it's soft, that is this, but it's a penalty. If it was against us, we will shout penalty too. It was a penalty, and it was a very for Saliba to think he could contest that ball, and instead of heading the ball, he missed the ball and headed the Brighton player, Yao Pedro. And you know the funny thing, we actually saw a similar incident in the Tottenham versus Newcastle game, where Gordon was he was badged in the penalty box and he broke his nose or something, and nothing was given for it. I thought that was a penalty too. I thought the Anthony Gordon situation was a penalty, and the referee waved play on. It happened to us, of course. We've never been very lucky with decisions, especially this season. Part of why we are so far behind Liverpool is because of the outrageous strings of results we had. The red cards, about 2 red cards or 3 red cards, and those were actually our undoing this season. They have made us just so far behind Liverpool. Then apart from the red cards, you look at the games we were in control of. You look at the game against Liverpool and Manchester City where we led. The Manchester City game was even more painful because it was practically the last kick of the game, and we gifted them a draw. Same with Liverpool. We're not very lucky because a couple of our senior defenders got injured, and the changes were enforced. There were enforced changes, and so that has been our season so far, and that has it's really been a very disappointing season as far as I'm concerned, because this was the season everybody said, okay, the last 2 seasons you've come so close to winning the title. You guys have grown in maturity. You have a better understanding about winning the league now. And this is what we see in the 20th game of the season. We being potentially 11 points behind Liverpool. That is very, very disappointing, because, for today's game, Mikel Arteta tinkered too much. He tinkered too much, and I've never really been a very big fan of Leandro Trossard. He was horrible today. Leandro Trossard and Jorginho were our two worst players today. I couldn't believe how bad they were. Like I said, it just seemed like they didn't train. It seemed like they didn't train. Gabriel Jesus, who we feel, he's been in form the last couple of weeks, scoring here and there. He didn't even have a sniff. And this thing about Arsenal not shooting balls from distance, we had so many chances to shoot. We wanted to just play the right kind of balls. In the second half, I really don't remember seeing Leandro Trossard. And he played 90 minutes. I don't remember seeing Leandro Trossard. Inexplicably, Ethan Nwaneri was our best player in the first half. For the second half, he was taken off. When I saw Martinelli, I thought the coach was taking off Leandro Trossard for Martinelli to play on the left wing, his natural wing. Only for me to see him going to the right. Where is Ethan? We don't know what happened. We heard he got a knock. He picked up a knock. What happened? This is our most positive player. You give him the ball, he's moving. He is moving. He's going to turn and he's going to move. Today, even the set piece, okay, the set piece could have bailed us today. We were all over the place for the set piece. We were not putting men forward. I was seeing like 3-4 men, just 3 of our men in the box against about 8 of them. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on today? Mikel Arteta was depending on individual brilliance, which never came, because too many people were played out of position. Too many people were played out of position. This thing about putting Thomas Partey at right back, look, that experiment has to stop. It's not working. It's not working. If you're going to play a home game, fine, maybe. But a tough physical away game like that, you could tell that he was tired at the 75th minute. The guy could barely run. He started having misplaced passes because he was knackered. This issue of playing players in strange positions, Lewis Kelly was fit. Why don't you play him there? Because we missed the presence of Thomas Partey in that midfield. Why is Mikel Arteta? Every Arsenal fan can see this. Why is the coach not seeing it? Because when you play Thomas Partey at right back, Thomas Partey is not a runner. If he plays at a right back, he can't overlap. Because he can't overlap, he cannot help the right wing player, the right winger. He cannot help him. So our game is wing play. That is Arsenal's strength. Our game is wing play. Yes, we're missing Bukayo Saka, but we were supposed to play Martinelli at the left wing. The coach, it was almost like he sold this game. I know we have a cup game during the week, but you have to play your best team in every game. You have to take every game by game. And the substitutions were not even there. Yes, he brought in Odegaard, But like I said earlier, the type of energy Brighton came up with in the second half, it looked like they were on steroids. It looked like they were on drugs. They were getting every second ball. It didn't help that the referee played into their hands a lot. They were fouling us. He wasn't blowing. Anytime they fall, he blows. We should expect that. But that is not an excuse. We have ourselves to blame. I'm not blaming the referee or anything. Mikel Arteta lost this game. Nobody else lost this game. Mikel Arteta lost this game. He got it wrong. We lost the game. Even though we took the lead, we dropped points already with that starting lineup. Even if you are going to make a change, take Trossard off. I don't care. I've said in my past blogs, in my past posts, Leandro Trossard is not supposed to be a starter. Leandro Trossard will do better in a 4-4-2 system. He can play as an 8. In a 4-4-2 system, that is what Leandro Trossard is built for. This 4-3-3 we play now is not for Leandro Trossard because you're playing him as a winger. The guy can't run. He doesn't have very good control of the ball. And, right now he's getting old. I think he's like 30 now. So we might have to start looking at another winger in the market. Leandro Trossard is not it. He had a very good last season. He bailed us out last season. But this season, he's cost us a lot of games this season. We're not going to forget the Manchester City, the sending off. We're not going to forget the Chelsea game. We're not going to forget the Champions League where he lost a penalty. We're not going to forget that he has been so poor this season. I like Leandro Trossard, but every player has their tenure. There's a time. Look, at this point this season, Leandro Trossard is not an Arsenal level kind of player. Like I said in my past posts, we need someone at the right side. Yes, we have Ethan, but he seems very fragile. He's 17. He's fragile at the moment. I know he's hungry. We don't even know why he was substituted. Maybe he got a knock, we don't know. Martinelli came on the right side and he was rubbish. Martinelli had the worst game ever I have ever seen. Martinelli shouldn't play anywhere else apart from that left side. That is his role. He's not a master of that role, but that role is where he's always been, is where he thrives. At least that role he can conjure up something. But on the right side, he was completely useless. It didn't help that Estupiñán of Brighton and some other guy doubled up on him. He had no chance. He came in the second half. After 20 minutes, he couldn't even run no more. He couldn't take on players. The guys that played all through the first half were matching him pace for pace, strength for strength. They were easily dispossessing him of the ball. So, how strong is the Premier League? That is the topic for today. I already answered that. It's a very strong league. The way Brighton played us today, It just seemed like we were playing an Atletico Madrid. Defensive masterclass. Defensive massacre. And this is a team that hasn't won in 7 games in the Premier League. I think this is their 8th game, and this is their 10th draw of the season. They've drawn more than anybody in the Premier League this season, and they got another draw off of us. You know, in the game against the game we played on New Year's Day, the game against Brentford, we were seeing the cracks, especially in the attack. We saw that there was no creativity in the team. Chelsea drew today, but we could see what they were trying to do. They were creating chances. If not for the wastefulness of Jackson, Chelsea would have easily won that game. Today's game, we didn't deserve to win it. We didn't deserve to win it. It's not like I care if we deserve or not. I just wanted us to win. But if we're going to be factual, we didn't deserve to win today's game. And I'm very, very pained. It's very frustrating. And, because this is just Arteta pushing the self-destruct button. This was all on Arteta pushing the self-destruct button. So let me know what you think in the comment section. This will be all for today. I will come and analyze every single match that was played this weekend, match day 20, tomorrow. And, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you like this post, you are very welcome to subscribe. You're very welcome to like it, view the post, and let me know what you think. And viewers, that will be all for now on the Arsenal Alchemy. Thank you, and God bless.